Yo, what is up, guys? Back with another episode of the off-season series today. So I am fully moved into my new apartment. I'm on the balcony right now, so it's about 7 a.m. About to prep for the gym. Gotta go after one meal today because we got a pretty busy day. But I'm gonna run you guys through my upper body session. This is the first time I've done my upper body breakdown on the channel, so this should be exciting. It's also the first time that I've trained upper in this new gym. So far I've trained my second leg day, my pull day, and my push day. I should have done legs for Wednesday, but I took off because I was sick. I was just like super fucking sick. Woke up with a sore throat, and I still wanted to train because it was like above the neck symptoms, but I was like, no, I just don't want to have a shitty session, or even worse, like it carry over into the sessions for the remainder of the week. So I took yesterday off, the day before off, and now I'm here and I feel great, so I'm excited about that. Got a super shitty night's sleep last night though, which kind of sucks. But we'll be okay. We'll caffeinate a little extra. But yeah, man, I'm gonna walk you guys through my upper body day, kind of show you guys around the gym. You guys will see little glimpses of the apartment. It's just not fully put together yet. It's kind of a wreck because we're waiting on one more load of basic stuff from my dad to run down today, and then we can kind of piece together all the last little bits so it looks more presentable. And then I'll kind of show you guys like a little apartment tour in the next episode probably. But yeah, that's kind of the update. Weight is creeping up. We're hanging around 242. Also like 725 grams carbs on training day. So I think it's like 4,700 calories right now. 10,000 steps a day. We're doing 25 minutes cardio 5 days a week. And that's kind of the current setup. We are on peak dosage of gear, peak dosage of GH, which would be 6 IU, and now everything is fully in. It's just a matter of ramping that food up and training and being patient, and that's pretty much the update as far as the setup goes. I'm gonna go make a couple meals. I'm gonna prep my pre and post workout, get dressed for I'm already dressed for the gym, but get ready for the gym. And then I will see you guys there, and I'll show you guys around, show you guys my session, and walk y'all through it. All right, y'all, this is going to be my upper body session. So I'm gonna break this down for you guys, starting with the single arm prime lat pull down. So this session's basically, I know it's upper body, but it's really just torso. It's essentially just gonna be chest, back, and side delts. And then tomorrow will be my limb session. So that will be arms and legs. So I don't do any arm work today. It's just chest, back, and delts. Lats are a priority. So we're starting with a single arm pull down. And then chest is also a priority. So we're gonna move into 2 pressing movements. I really feel like doing a little bit of lat work before my heavy pressing actually helps me perform better in my pressing. And I'm just kind of mentally switched on to push some heavy load after doing a little bit of single arm work. Also, just being able to stabilize my pressing more by having like a little bit of a lat pump really helps me out. So that's why I prefer to do a little bit of lat work beforehand, not only because they're a priority, but it also just makes me feel better in my heavy pressing movements. So we have 1 lat movement, 2 presses, and then we'll move back into lats. And then we'll go into another chest fly, and then upper back, row, and then side delts. So essentially we kind of zigzag between chest, back, and then we touch delts at the end just because they're not really a priority right now. Really just need more chest and lats out of today's session. So yeah, I'm gonna run you guys through a couple working sets here. This is a really, really great machine. It's my second time using this one, but because I ran it on my pull session on Monday. But this is my favorite lat pull down of all time, no question. The contraction I can get, and just like adjusting the resistance profiles to be like super heavy in the stretch, and then it drops off when your lat is at its weakest position. So this is a phenomenal movement. I'm gonna run this shit up over the course of the off season, and I guarantee you I'm gonna fucking double these lats because that's the goal right now. So really excited to get into this. I'll probably film 2 working sets here, and then we will move into our heavy pressing. Whew. So we got this first set loaded mainly in the lengthened position, but still have a little bit more on the mid than I will on my second set when I'm weaker in the short. So do this first set, and then we'll probably just move that 10 to the top peg, and then we'll run the second set. Couple cues here. Keep the body slightly tilted to the working side. Make sure your knees are driving up. Do like a calf raise into the pad so you get extra bracing. Chest into the pad. Brace with the opposite hand. Let the arm drag forward. Brace the core. Let's go. Perfect. Whew. So if you'll notice, I'm letting my hand and my elbow really drag forward. I'm not just rowing it from here. That's all upper back. I'm letting my hand scoop forward. I'm letting my elbow lead, and I'm not driving back. I'm driving down and I'm scooping into my hip pocket. So that's how you actually make sure you're using your lat and not just rowing up high with the upper back. We want to keep the elbow tight to the side of the body. We don't want there to be any gap between my elbow and my rib cage. We want parallel between my arm, my upper arm, and my rib cage with no gap. Also another cue, keep the core braced and a little bit like crunch down. Like before I engage each rep, I kind of like have like a sharp, like blowing air out. That's just to make sure that my core stays stable. And that way my shoulder can freely protract and retract around my scapula and around my rib cage. But if my core is loose and I'm like flexing and contracting or turning, my form basically isn't standardized, right? Because I could like kind of twist, you know, I could overextend, but if your core is braced and crunched down, you'll just be forced to use the lat and have that be the only thing moving in the entire movement. So a couple cues on this one. All right, y'all, exercise number 2 is incline Smith machine. So this is my first time running this Smith machine. It's angled Smith, so it's a little different than the one I was running previously. Not completely ideal, but it shouldn't be a big deal. Got the tracks running back, so kind of aligns with the upper chest anyways. Got 275 on here. Don't really know how it's gonna move because it's a different Smith machine, but basically trying to hit an incline angle here before we move into our flat press. So 2 working sets on this one. Oh my God, that was fucking way too heavy. Whew. All right, well, big back off set here. Jesus Christ. All right, back off here. Hopefully we can get a little bit more reps than the last one. This is also a much higher incline than I was running. I was running a low incline. It's probably like 15-degree incline. This is probably more like 35-degree incline. And I just like threw the same weight on that I was doing for the low incline. So it's kind of my fault. Oh, it's better. Okay, I can work with that. We'll get better at this one. All right, guys. Next up, we got the flat prime plate loaded press. So the resistance profile of the Smith machine is pretty steady, but we're really trying to load the pecs in the stretch position with this machine. So most of the weight's on the top peg, got a little bit here, and then likely, depending on how many reps I get on the second set, we'll probably just move this 25 to the top and then try to match reps or get close to it. So this is our second like big press, and then we'll move back into lats and then we'll go back into chest. So 2 sets on this one, see how this top set goes. Again, haven't used this machine before, so session's kind of taking me a while because I'm like trying to figure out working weights, positioning, like basically trying to get comfortable with all these movements. Especially like with the prime pieces, there's so many moving parts, so it's gonna take me a few weeks to like really settle into this programming. But yeah, let's see how this feels. Oh, I gotta put the fucking yoga blocks in. So I put these yoga blocks on here so I don't have to lift it like out of the deep stretch, because these machines start like way the fuck down here. I would not be able to reach that shit. Let's go, big fucking chest. No, you guys are fine. Okay guys, so this second set is my back off. So essentially the first set I didn't get as many reps as I wanted. So I went ahead and took the 25 off, and instead of just moving the 25 to the top peg, I just moved, I just added a 10 to the top peg. So it'll be a little bit heavier in the lengthen, drop off in the stretch a little bit. And hopefully I should be able to get like 2 or 3 more than the first set. Okay. Ooh, there we go. All right, y'all, so back into our lat work. Okay, so this one is going to be a single arm lat row. I like to do this one after my chest work, got the heavy pressing done, and now we'll go back into touching up the lats. This one's gonna be super heavy in the stretch because we did a little bit more shorten loading on the first movement. This one, we'll put a little bit more in the stretch position, probably maybe move one of these up here depending on how many reps we get. But this is a really good movement. I like doing this double arm too for upper back, and then I'll do a single arm variation as well. But this is one of my favorites. Let's get into it. Do I need to move the camera then? Are you using the extreme, bro? Here, I'll move this around. Yeah, I got you, bro. No, you're fine. Ooh, that felt really good. All right, y'all, so we have the seated cable chest fly next. So we'll do 2 sets here, trying to hit the pecs in the lengthened position to kind of finish them off. I have this pretty much at like a flat fly. So we already did some incline work, some flat pressing, and now we're kind of just finishing off with another flat angle, just with a little bit more length and biased. Okay. Whew. Nice. Go a little bit lighter on the next one. All right, y'all, so moving back into upper back. So this will be the last back movement we have for the day. This is gonna be the only mid to upper back movement that we do because we're kind of trying to prioritize the lats over the upper back right now. So this is a staple, gonna be a staple. This is my first time running it since I lived in Houston and worked out at Alpha Land. So this has been a long time coming. I've really been looking forward to this piece specifically. So we have 4 on the top peg, 45, 25 on the mid, and we'll probably move the 25 to the top for the back offset, but we're gonna run 2 sets here and then run back into side delts to finish off the workout. Let's fucking do it. Okay. Whoa. Go. All right, y'all, last movement here. We have 3 sets of side laterals, touching up the side delts here, and then we're gonna go pose and wrap this shit up. But it's been a really good session, very enjoyable session. Just taking me fucking forever to get through it today because I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck my working weight is for all these machines, and most of them are plate loaded, so they kind of take a minute to, you know, get through. So I was gonna do the prime seated lateral, but I think I'm gonna run that on my push day and run this today just because this is a little bit quicker, you know. I don't have to fuck with the resistance profiles on this one. Save that for my push day that's a little bit shorter, but all right. Okay, 2 more sets here. Probably only gonna film this one, and then we'll go to some posing. What's up, guys? I'm back at the apartment. Got a really good session in, kind of a long one because I was trying to film, and like I said, I was just getting used to all the new equipment and like trying to find my working weights and like my setup for each piece, so it kind of took a while. Kind of just the name of the game when you move to a new gym, like you're gonna take a few weeks to really like settle in, feel comfortable on the pieces, and then like over the next 3, 4, 5 weeks when I get really like skillful with these movements is when I'll see the most like real progression with them. But that's basically like the layout. Y'all are probably gonna see a couple things change in the first couple weeks, just of like movement selections and trying to piece together sessions that flow really get well together and like feel enjoyable. This one was really good. I would have done the prime seated lateral to finish, but I just wanted to do something quicker because my push day, I finished with side delts, and I'm gonna put it on that day so I can take a little more time, mess with the resistance profiles and stuff. But today, like, you know, when you just lay down on the cable bench, throw the cuffs on and just get after it, you don't have to worry about like little details. So fits better in today's session, and then the prime lateral will go better in my push session. So I'm gonna make that swap in the programming. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I already ate my post-workout meal. I am gonna shower and chill, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna try to get another one out next week, going into week 5. So the off season's like flying by. This is kind of surreal. It feels like I literally just started. So that's why it's just so important to make the most of every day, whatever phase you're in, whether you're in a growth phase, a health phase, you're in prep, like don't wish you were somewhere else. Enjoy where you're at and make the most of every day, every session, every meal. You know, don't miss your sleep, stay on top of your boxes, check them off. Because before you know it, you're gonna be in the next phase and you're gonna wish that you fucking gave more into the last phase. So be present, you know, take advantage of where you're at and enjoy the process. That's it for me, guys. I will see y'all next week. Peace.